Okay, good afternoon, Saurabh. How are you?
I'm good, sir. How are you?
Yeah, I'm
Am I
absolutely
audible?
fine. Yes, you're audible.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
so can you tell us something about yourself?
Yes, sir. My name is Saurabh Khandelwal. I am from Pune. I have completed my Bachelor's of Engineering from Pune University, and I have started my career 3 years ago as a test engineer. And I have work experience on telecom domain and banking domain. These are my projects.
Okay, so how many years of experience you have in manual testing and in automation testing?
So when I started my career, I started as a manual tester only. So uh, 1.5 years I have been into completely into manual testing.
Hmm.
Then I developed my interest into automation, and now I am working on both manual as well as automation.
Okay, great. And your total years of experience is 3 years.
So 3 years and 2 months.
3 years, 2 months. Okay, great. Okay, so in Selenium automation, how will you take the screenshot?
So by take screenshot method,
Hmm.
I can take the screenshot.
Okay. Next
Yes.
is how will you verify whether the element is present or not using the find elements method?
So by the I can find the element by any locator,
Hmm.
and then is enabled function. By is enabled function, I can verify that the element is present or not.
Okay, great. So what is the difference between abstraction and encapsulation?
So abstraction is to hiding the complexity and just showing the functionality to the user. And encapsulation is like wrapping up of a data into a single unit or component. Like in page object model, every class is an example of encapsulation.
Okay, great. Now let me share my screen.
Yes.
Let me know once it is visible.
Yeah.
Okay. Now there
Yes.
is this particular element that you are supposed to automate. Okay. The class
Okay.
name is today space day. Okay. And this is
Okay.
the particular href and what will happen on click. Some URL is there, and this span tag closes over here. Okay. So basically, this
Yes.
element is residing in a span tag. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now I basically wrote this code driver.find element by.class name today day dot click. Okay. Now this particular line is giving me an error. So can you tell me an alternative or any other option to automate this scenario?
So what? Which error it is giving?
Yeah, it is giving me an error like uh, let's say it is giving me an error like the element is not clickable or the element is not present or visible.
I can find the element by another locator
Mm-hmm.
by using XPath or ID,
Yes.
whichever is unique,
Yeah.
and by that I can do that.
Okay. But can you tell me why is this not working? Wh- Why? But see, if any, is there any issue that I have made in writing this particular thing, driver.find element or by.class name or something? Do you find any issue in this line?
So not an issue over here, but firstly you have to write that Webdriver driver is equals to new Chrome driver.
Yeah.
You have to.
Right. So those things are taken care.
Sorry,
And
sir, I'm
anything
not able
else?
to.
That is absolutely fine. See, no need
Yes.
to say sorry or apologize. This is a mock interview, right? Even if you
Yeah.
don't know the answers of the questions, it is absolutely fine. Over here, if you see in the class name, we have a space between
Yes, sir.
this particular thing. Okay, so
Today
what we
and
can
date.
do is we can implement this particular thing using CSS selector,
Okay.
right? Are you able to
Yes,
see
sir.
this CSS selector?
Yes. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. So same thing. See, class only I have used here and class I was using earlier. But in XPath,
Yes.
sometimes we are getting this error because there is a space between
O-
two this thing.
Okay.
Okay. That's why you
Okay,
can
sir.
use CSS selector over here.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Now let's come to another question. Okay. Now let's say you are using an I driver. Okay, you have
Okay.
written this code of system.setProperty,
Yes.
webdriver.i.driver, and this is your path where your driver is being kept. Then you are writing
Okay.
driver equal to new Internet Explorer driver, navigate
Okay.
equal to new WebDriver back Selenium. Okay, this is the website that you want to launch.
Yes.
Now, whenever you run this code, you are getting an error, and it says the driver cannot be launched, right?
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. So how will you make sure that that this thing is working? Any other things if I am missing over here? Which driver you are using for automation? Chrome or
Sir,
Firefox?
Chrome.
Chrome. So in Chrome
Sometimes
also,
if the require,
yeah, yeah. Please go ahead. Please.
sometimes I've used Firefox, but Internet Explorer I haven't used.
Okay, no issues. See, in Chrome also we are doing this kind of coding, like system.set
Yeah.
property. We are mentioning
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
exe name over there. Then over here it would be driver equal to new Chrome driver,
Chrome driver.
right? So
Yes.
yeah, so using iDriver, I'm not able to launch the browser.
Okay. So if the same thing is applied on the Chrome driver,
Hmm.
uh, then also the error is there.
Not sure. Might be possible.
Okay.
Hmm. Okay, okay. I'll give you a hint. Let's say if this
Okay.
error is coming with respect to Chrome driver.
Okay.
Yeah. How will you do the root cause analysis? How will you start to debug?
So firstly, I'll check all the steps whether I'm correct or not. Then I can run it into the debugging mode.
Hmm.
So I can find an even if I cannot find the problem, then I can call my peers also for that problem.
Okay, okay. Anything else?
So by system.set property, we can select the key and value pair, and in that key we write webdriver.chrome.driver,
Hmm.
and in that value we can give the path.
Hmm.
We can check for the path if it is correct or not, and then webdriver driver is equals to new Chrome driver. Then we can use the driver reference variable, then driver dot get or driver dot navigate to function. If the if navigate to is not working, then I can use driver.get function as well.
Hmm. Okay, fine. So these are the cases. Okay, apart from that, it might would have been happened that this particular exe is not present at this particular path, or your browser is
Yeah, yeah.
not compatible with the Selenium jar file that you have downloaded, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay, fine. So let this be an open question for the people who are watching this video. We will be answering
Okay,
this
sir.
question after 24 hours.
Okay, sir.
Come to the next question. Okay. How will you run a group of test cases using TestNG in Selenium WebDriver?
So by grouping method, I can have the groups
Mhm.
of the test and then run it as a test ng suite.
Correct,
So
correct.
by this, yes.
Right. So groups are actually specified in our testng.xml file, and they can be found under that test or suite tag, right? So then
Yes, sir. Yes.
whichever groups you are specifying in the suite tag, those will apply to all the test tags.
Those, yes, yes, sir.
Okay. Now let's say there is a text box of username. Okay, you have to
Okay.
enter the value of your email address. So you have entered the value as saurabh.khandelwal@gmail.com. Okay. Now,
Okay.
how can we retrieve that typed text from the text box?
By get text method,
Mhm.
we can retrieve that data, whatever is written in it.
Okay. Apart from get text, any other thing?
not able to recall.
No issues, no issues. See, you can also use get attribute and you can pass the value, right? By passing
Yes, sir.
argument as value. So this
Yes,
value attribute will store the typed text of that text box element. Okay. Maybe you can write like string,
okay.
whichever variable that you want to create. Let's say we create the variable as var. So string var equal to driver dot find element by dot xpath, and whichever that xpath of the text box is there dot get attribute value. Okay, that is how you
Yes, sir.
will get it. Let me share my screen and show it to you. Right, this is how you will be mentioning, right? Dot get attribute
Oh,
value.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Is this fine?
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay, great. Now let's say now let's move to the next question. Okay. Now let's say there is an HTML web page that you are trying to automate.
Okay.
Now, as you can see on the screen in this notepad, similarly, you can imagine there is web application. Let's say this web application name is flipkart.com. Okay. Now there is a text box which is not visible on that web page, right? So let's say if this web page is there, okay, in this entire section, that particular text box is not visible. That text box is over here. Let's say text box is there of search option. Okay, you have to
Okay.
automate. What you have to do is you have to actually search in that particular text box.
Mhm.
You have to search any shirts, right, of large size. Okay. Now, the moment you come to this website, you open this website by automation, you see this
Okay.
entire web page, but you don't see this search option text box. Hence, whenever you are running the automation code, your code is getting failed because this particular text box or control is not visible on the web page directly. So how will you take care of this scenario? Should I
So
repeat
by
the question?
no, sir, I understood the question, but I am not able to recall it right now.
Mhm. Okay, so you can
So by any locator, I am not able to find that. Means the web element is not visible search box, right?
yeah. So you had found the locator. This locator was there. Let's say it's a text box, no? So you were able to find the locator using XPath or CSS. Okay.
Yeah.
But another thing is, even after identifying the locator, you're not able to perform that particular click because that particular control is not visible on the web page. So how will you automate this scenario?
Yeah. I don't have any ideas about.
Okay, no issues. So you can go for two approaches over here. First is you can go for scroll into view method. Okay,
Okay.
scroll into view till the element is visible. Let's say this element is
Okay.
there. So we will scroll
Okay.
till that particular element is visible. Another approach
Okay.
you can take is whichever element or automation that you are doing on this existing elements page, you can
Hmm.
apply dot send keys page down method. So your page
Okay.
will get scrolled down. So then your this particular text box will be visible.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, is this clear?
Yeah. Yes, yes, sir. Yeah.
Okay, so two things are there. Scroll into view. Yeah, it seems there is a power cut, so you can use
Yeah.
yeah, come to the area where proper wind is there, right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
to have
No
water.
problem, sir. It's summer. It's yeah, sir. I have everything. It's summer actually, so
Yeah,
that's why.
yeah, no issues.
Yeah. I'm good, sir.
Okay, now let's move to the next question. What is the difference between overloading and overriding?
It's a method overloading is at a class level, while overloading is into the different class. Both are the examples of polymorphism. Where method overloading is a compile time polymorphism, and method overriding is a runtime polymorphism. And like a method overloading is having the same name and different. We can use different parameters, but method overriding is between the another classes. So to implement a specific method, which is already present in the super class or parent class. So at that time we use method overriding. So your mic is off, I think.
Let's move to the next question then. How will you verify whether the list box is a drop-down list or is a multi-select list? Hello.
Yeah, so
Yeah. How will you verify whether the uh, list box that you are trying to automate is a drop-down list or is a multi-select list? You are aware about the difference between drop-down list and multi-select list?
no, sir.
Okay, see, drop down is nothing but, let's say if there is a simple drop down, let me show it
Yes,
to
sir.
you.
Drop down now, no, I know, but multi-select, I'm not aware.
Multi-select is nothing but you can select multiple options at one particular time. Let's say if there is some drop down and pressing the control key of the keyboard, you can select various options from that list. So that is nothing but
Okay.
multi-select. In drop down at a time using select, sorry, I told you once. You would be able to select one of the option. But in multi-select, there is some mechanism that you can try to automate. So how will you verify, first of all, and then how will you automate such things?
Sorry, sir, I don't know, but I know that by using select class, I can automate the drop downs. And I have the three methods into it: select by visible text, select by index, and select by value. But for multi-select, I am not aware.
Okay, no issues. So let this be an open question for the people. How will you verify whether the
Okay,
list box is a drop-down list or a multi-select list?
okay,
Okay.
sir.
Can you tell me something about the automation framework that you are using?
Yeah, sir, we were using hybrid framework in a project, which is a combination of data-driven framework and keyword-driven framework. The framework was already developed by our senior folks, so I was not into developing the automation developing that framework, but I have used it. So it consists of the like build management tool, Maven. Various classes are there. Page class and utility class. The reporting class was there, where we used to save our screenshots, and different classes are there. So this was the framework we are using.
Let me share my screen.
Hmm.
Are you able to see this website?
Yes, sir.
Now, can you tell me the high level test scenarios which you will be using for testing this website from manual testing point of view?
So like I can verify I can go through the business requirement specification document and see that the all the web elements which must be there into the user interface are present or not. And I can check for the search box. I can type something into it, and I can check whether the particular thing is I can get that particular thing or not. Then I can go through the men section, women section, and verify the details are there into it or not. And whatever the ads, like Citibank ad is, I am seeing that Citibank ad, so I can verify that after clicking on that ad, I can switch to the another frame and must get the details of that bank. And yeah, sir, these are the high level scenarios. Means whatever the web elements are present, I can check that. And the logo, I can check for the logo.
Right,
Is
logo
it
is there,
visible or not?
then all these links are working or not,
Yeah,
right? Then you will be
yeah.
searching for some products, then the profile You can log in, you can sign up, contact us, Myntra, insider coupons, whether you are able to avail the discount on the billing price or not. Wish list is there.
Yes.
These things you can
Yes, sir.
put. Right. Okay. So these are a few of the things now. Okay. Now let's say if you click on this Google Play option. Yeah, it's written
Okay.
experience Myntra app on mobile, but you are not able to download this Myntra app on your mobile. So how will you do the root
Okay.
cause analysis?
Uh, so firstly, I'll set the severity and priority of this thing.
Hmm.
Like this will be on the high priority
Hmm.
and low severity, as it is not causing any functionality.
Yeah, high
So,
severity or low severity?
so this will be low severity and high priority.
Okay. But you are not able to install the Myntra app on mobile, right?
Yeah.
Don't you think it would be a high severity, high priority issue? Because
Yes, sir. Yes,
most
sir.
of us,
This will be high severity and high priority, as
right?
it will affect the business.
Correct.
Yes, as it will affect the business.
Hmm.
So I will set the priority, and I'll I'll report it to the developers team. So why it is not able to? And firstly, I'll check myself, and I'll check on the different environments
Okay.
whether it is I'll get or not on different machines, different environments.
Hmm.
Then I'll report it to the developer team.
Okay. Now let's say coming to this page, contact us link is there, right? That is not working.
Yes.
So what would be the severity and what would be the priority of this issue?
So this will be a low severity
Hmm.
and high priority.
Mhm. Okay. Yeah, this is it. Okay, fine. Okay. Now let's say if I click over this link, okay, I will. Now, let it open first. Then I will ask you the
Okay.
question. This link. Okay. Okay. Now you see there is a mistake in the calculation over here. Let's say in if it's 1,999 rupees, approximately 2,000 rupees. So after 84% discount, as of now, it is 390. But when you
Okay.
open this particular website, you find it is telling you as the money or the amount for this particular product is 519. Okay. So there is an issue with respect to the amount displayed over here. So what would be the
Okay.
severity and what would be the priority of this issue?
So it will be a high severity and high priority.
Mhm.
Uh, so if it is for the particular product, then it will be a low severe. But if it is for all the products, then it will be a high severity, high priority,
Mhm.
and we have to resolve it immediately. As
Immediately.
yes, it is.
Absolutely. Correct.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. Okay, Saurabh, I'm done with the interview. Do you have any questions for me?
Uh, yeah, sir. Any feedback for me?
Right, right. So I'll give you the feedback is your manual testing part, severity, priority, test scenarios, test cases, those are good. But you have to
Okay.
be more confident when you are answering the automation testing questions. Okay. Let's
Okay.
say when you have to perform a click on some particular element, that scroll scenario was there. Then I think one more scenario with respect to iDriver. So the answer for that iDriver question is basically you'll have to ensure that the browser settings are kept at 100%, right?
Okay.
And
Okay.
yeah, the security, those kind of settings are there. So those pop-ups, it should be allowed, right?
Okay.
Those are the reasons why iDriver might give you an issue. Then coming
Okay.
to again, the first question in which there was an X path which I had mentioned with respect to today day. There was a spacing between them. So in that particular thing, CSS selector can be used, right? So these are few of the real-time
Okay.
Selenium based questions that might be asked to you in an interview. So you'll have to
Okay.
work on them and be confident while
Yeah.
answering.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Thank you so much, Saurabh.
Sir,
Yeah.
sir, can you take my one more mock? Like I'll prepare first, and then can you take my mock
Yeah,
on
yeah, sure,
next
sure.
Sunday if possible?
Yeah, yeah. Next Sunday
Okay,
actually I'm
sir.
not
I'll
available.
mail you.
Yeah, yeah. But next Sunday
Okay, sir.
actually I'm not available.
Whenever you
Yeah,
get time, I'll mail you
yeah, yeah.
after my preparation has been done.
Sure, sure, sure. Definitely. Yeah. Thank you so much for
Oh,
coming on our channel and all the best for your career.
thank you, sir. Thank you very much for giving me the opportunity. Thank you. Bye.